What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I'm back with another video on stimulus, and I know my last couple of videos have been kind of negative towards stimulus, and I'm still sticking with that narrative. I'm not really going to be as negative as I was, but I'm still thinking that we're not going to receive another stimulus check. So that's something that's in my head, and I have a lot of reasons to it. So I'm going to be breaking down, updates on the second stimulus, things that are being said, and different articles that are out there, and what other people think, what writers think, what authors think, all of these people that are writing, these columns in newspapers and, writing articles on websites. I would like to give you their opinion, and you can partner it with mine as well. So before I start, hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And I do a giveaway every single week, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video to hear all about it. Now, the article that I'm looking at, obviously, will there be another stimulus check? This is something that's being talked about a lot by various YouTubers, by various, CPAs, by various accountants, government officials. A lot of people are talking about this, and especially the people that are on the lower end of the spectrum when it comes to the amount of money that they bring in the door. People that lost their job, people that are on unemployment or trying to get on unemployment, or, those people that have like half time. So there's a lot of people out there that are in that range that don't really have the means to get by and pay their bills, even to the point to where middle class and upper class may have lost their job, and now they're in the same situation. If you have 60 to 70% of Americans that are living paycheck to paycheck before the crisis, then what's going to happen during the crisis, and how long is this crisis going to last for, and what are they going to look like after the crisis? So let's go ahead and get into this first article. Stimulus checks. Will there be a second stimulus in May of 2020? Now that's kind of soon because it's now. And that means we have to go the next 25, 26 days with all of this information and be able to pass this information as soon as possible, which I don't know if that's going to happen. So let's go ahead and get into the rest of this article. Now, the first half of this article is really just talking about the information that's out already. So how many people receive their stimulus checks, how many are left, how much it costs, who's eligible, all of that other stuff. But I wanted to talk about this section right here. Will there be a second round in May? It has become a common question if there will be a second round of stimulus checks in the month of May, as $1,200 might not cover the expenses for people who have lost their jobs or have faced additional financial obstacles in the past weeks. Financial technology firm SimplyWise found that 63% of Americans will require a second stimulus check within the next 3 months to pay bills. Congress is working on a follow-up to its first relief bill that should be completed by May 4th. Now, I don't think that's happening because it's May 5th, and I believe that Congress is still not in yet. Now, Donald Trump also talked about this, and I talked about it in my last video, going over his interview, his town hall interview, and him talking about a stimulus, also talking about payroll tax cuts and things like that. President Trump said that we could very well do a second round of direct payments while answering press questions earlier this month. It is absolutely under serious consideration. Now, him saying that it's under serious consideration, I understand that you want to say what the people want to hear, but I really don't think it's under serious consideration. I think that they're just stalling when it comes to the Republicans really holding the power. I think you're really stalling just because you don't want to hand money to the people. And I don't want to make this a political battle because I don't fall on either side. I fall on a side where it has good ideas. So if the Republicans have a good idea, then I'm going to fall with them. If Democrats have a great idea, I'm going to fall with them. I don't pick sides. I don't like to do that. I like to hear a great idea and run with it. If we can all come together with great ideas to move this country forward, then that would be great. But we can't agree on things. You have Democrats over here that are saying, we want to give money to people. We want to give free money to people so that they can pay their bills. And you have Republicans saying that they want to fund businesses so businesses can thrive. But you kind of need to do both there. You kind of need to help out the businesses in a small way because businesses should really have the capital. Yeah, you may be reinvesting your money, but those are the ones that really need help. So you need to find something there in order to invest in small businesses and maybe mid-level businesses, not anything that's a corporation, which they have a ton of disposable income. But, a lot of families live in paycheck to paycheck. That's not the case. So I also wanted to get into this other article here. Basically, the title of this article is "Sorry, Republicans Refuse to Budge on Second Round of Stimulus Checks." Now, this is kind of bold here because it comes after Republicans, and yeah, I mean, they don't really budge because obviously all of the Democrats want to have the stimulus checks cut and approved and out because people need help, and Republicans hold all the power. So it makes sense, but it is putting blame all on their shoulders. So I wanted to highlight a few parts here. Yes, another payment would be incredibly impactful. While the first round of stimulus payments, $1,200 for individuals and $2,400 for those filing jointly, and $500 for each qualifying dependent, was crucial for many Americans, it wasn't enough. I've seen so many comments on my channel, on my different videos that I post, telling me that $1,200 wasn't enough, or that they haven't even received the $1,200 yet. And when they do, it's going to be gone instantly. So a lot of people are fighting for this, $2,000 a month to pass, or $2,000 of initial payment and then $1,000 after that to pass. But, it's not getting any type of attention from Republicans. Nobody from the Republican side has said, hey, I approve of this. I understand that President Trump came out and said, I think that stimulus checks for Americans would be good. It doesn't mean that he's fully backing it. It doesn't mean that, anybody on the Republican side is fully backing any of those bills. So once we see that, then we will start to really understand exactly where both sides fall. We know where one side falls on that. And the other side seems like it's falling more towards the payroll tax cuts. So 63% responded that they would need another stimulus check in the next 3 months. Now, I would actually fight this. I don't know how many people they surveyed. Let's see, does it say how many people they surveyed? I don't see exactly how many people they surveyed on here. So if they surveyed a lot more people, I feel like less than 1 month would be a lot higher. I don't know who they surveyed for this. This is where you pick a sample size, you don't pick a population, and then you get a higher percentage. Now, it is a higher percentage for less than 3 months, and maybe that looks good for certain people, but I feel like it's going to be less than 1 month with the amount of people that are telling me $1,200 is not enough. I'm so far behind on my bills. I can't handle it, and I don't like hearing that because I want people to thrive. I want people to succeed, but you can't always win every battle. So this showing 63% as a whole for less than 3 months, I guess that makes sense for the people that they sampled, but I feel like that number would be a lot higher because there's a lot of people that are struggling. Even people that make a lot of money are struggling. If 60 to 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, I couldn't imagine anything less. Almost immediately following passage of the CARES Act, new proposals for additional direct aid to Americans started popping up. So this, in the case of the Emergency Money for the People Act, ABC Act, Free Rent and Mortgage Act, all of those things that really will help out Americans. Some that will help out more of the upper class, middle to upper class, and some that will help out everyday Americans. So from what I heard and read and seen and all of these different things that I'm seeing out there, the Emergency Money for the People Act is getting the most attention. It's $2,000 a month for every American over the age of 16, and anybody below the age of 16 that's claimed as a dependent will be $500 capped at $3. So this is something that a lot of people are talking about, and I would love to have that passed. I am not a person that is 100% negative against this. I'm just reading between the lines here, and I'm seeing that they really don't want it to be passed, and you can say who they is, but I'm not going to say who they is, but they don't want it to be passed. So now this is what I quoted in my last video talking about Trump and his response to stimulus checks. Trump has since moved on to his new flavor of the week, payroll tax cuts. This is something that he mentioned a lot in his town hall whenever stimulus checks was really brought up. He said that obviously stimulus checks would be a good idea, but then pivoted and turned into payroll tax cuts. I want to see payroll tax cuts on both sides, a very strong one, because that's going to really put people to work. Now, yes, I think it will. It will put people to work, give them the incentive to go back to work knowing that they can make more by doing the same job. I understand that it will help people out, but if the jobs just aren't available, it's not going to help people get back to work. It's going to force people that are on unemployment to get back to work because they're going to make more working than they would on unemployment, on the improved unemployment. But I feel like it's not going to help out a large portion of people. The people that lost their job. If you have 10 people that were employed for a job and all of a sudden it was cut down to 5 because the whole virus situation, and then after the virus situation, now we're in a situation where they're laying off people. So 5 people lost their job. They have no income. So before this whole situation happened, they had a job and they were making good money. Then 3 months down the line, because that's how long maybe this is going to last. It's probably going to last a lot longer than that, depending on what's going on. But let's say 3 months down the line, they haven't paid any bills because they haven't had any job. Now they're back on bills, and then they get to a point to where the jobs are now available, but then they're limiting staff just to be able to make up the amount of missed revenue that they had. So now those same 5 people still don't have a job, and they still have no income, and they cannot spend for the economy, so the economy tanks. So I don't want to get into a huge rabbit hole of breaking that down, but it's just a horrible situation. So that's like a reality check there, and this just really like kind of stamps confirmed or approved on what I'm talking about here, saying that the stimulus checks will not be approved. My statement saying that we will not get another stimulus check, I'm thinking that this is true. I hope that is not the case. I really do, because everybody can use it. There's so many people that can use it, that can get out of horrible situations and pay their bills and go from there. But I just don't know what really is going to happen. My thoughts from everything that's on the screen, everything that I'm reading, is that they're not going to pass another stimulus, but pass this payroll tax cuts so that they can get people back to work even though jobs aren't there. So again, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. And I understand there's people that haven't received their first stimulus check. It's kind of frustrating, and it's getting to the point to where I can answer some questions, but then again, I really don't know what's going on for other situations. Like SSDI should have received their stimulus check, and the fact that a lot of people have not, I don't understand why. Like, I can't find anything that's telling me why they're not receiving it. And it could be the point to where you may have not been eligible, you were claimed on your taxes, or I don't know. I really don't know at this point. It's so difficult to tell that I don't want to give you false information and sit here and have you waiting for 5 more days or 10 more days because they push along the date, or somebody else says that this is the date without an actual article to back it. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what you need to do. For the people that haven't received their check, a lot of non-filers haven't received their checks. SSDI, SSI, that's supposed to be around today, May 5th, when I'm recording this. So it should be around the 4th to, let's say, the 6th, and it could even go into Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. And that's where it's like, it's kind of iffy, because they're not going to send it all out on the same day. They give you that hard date of May 5th, but then they're pushing it along just to, give a portion here, a portion there, a portion here, a portion there. So I hope that you accept that answer. It's really tough to be able to get information from the IRS, especially since you can't call them or, deal with any customer service. So hopefully you do get your money, and people keep on telling me every day that they're getting their money. So I appreciate that so much. But that's my video, guys, talking about the second stimulus check. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And I do a giveaway every single week, so make sure you enter that giveaway. I have all the information up in the cards. I have my giveaway video, but the brief version is just like this video, comment on this video, and be subscribed to this and my podcast channel, and you'll get 1 ticket. But that's my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have to get out of here, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.